Hello and welcome to Betha's Kitchen and Garden. Today I thought I would do a greenhouse tour to show you what is going on in my greenhouses and cold frames around the garden. So let's crack on and see what's occurring. We're just outside the greenhouse now, and I have this set of shelves here that I like to use as an extra sort of growing space, and I've got some seedlings on the go at the moment. I think I planted these about 6 days ago, so germination has been good and swift on these, which is great. So I've got a lot of brassicas here. I've got chard at the back, no sign on any spinach or fennel yet, and the rest, as I said, are brassicas. So we got some Durham early cabbage, some greyhound cabbage, some all year round cauliflower, Chinese kale, purple kohlrabi and cabbage red acre. And then in this module here I've got Swedes, but there's no sign of any Swedes at the moment, but I think the Swedes do take a while to germinate. Then I've got some more cucumbers on the go, so I've got 2 seeds in each pot. This one is Burpless Green Tasty, and this one is a white pickle, and it should be a bit like a gherkin. It should grow quite small, and you use them for pickles. And then these are peas. This is Mange 2 peas, and they are just poking their way through as well. And then as we come into the greenhouse, there's an awful lot of green tomatoes, but there's only one tomato that has ripened yet, and this is on the golden or yellow delight, I think it is. Yeah, yellow delight, and I've already taken it off, and I'll show you the harvest I had with it later on at the end of this. But these are just beginning to turn. You can see they sort of beginning to turn now. And the other tomatoes in here, Rosilla, these are, well, actually I can't see any sign of any turning, any ripening yet. Not quite sure why. It's quite warm in here. Maybe it's too warm, who knows. But hopefully when I come back from holiday in a week's time, I'll have some red. See, that looks like it might turn. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that looks like it might. It's gone more of a, I don't know, a sort of yellowy green, if that makes sense, rather than a green. And then the Marmande over here, I've got lots of fruit on them. And again, just not much sign of any ripening, but there's still a long growing season to go yet. I haven't planted anything in these pots yet. You will have just seen the cucumbers, and I'm probably going to put 2 cucumber plants in there. And then in this corner is a watermelon, so that has started to get going now, and it is putting out some female fruits now. So I do need to run around there as well. I do need to sort of get a male flower and try and pollinate it if I can, so we get some watermelon this year. And just below it, the aubergine plants are growing well. There's flowers on there, and I did have, I still got this one aubergine. I knew I needed a knife. I tried to pull it off earlier, but it wouldn't come off, so I need to get a knife, and I'll cut that off and add it to the harvest. I've taken all the cucumbers that are on here on this plant off, just because they were ready for harvesting, and at the moment I can't see any sort of emerging ones on there, but that's not such a bad thing because we are away So maybe by the time we come back there'll be something on here. And I have checked everywhere to make sure there's no cucumbers lurking somewhere, because if you've got cucumbers lurking, they don't always keep producing fruit because they think they've done their job. Again, aubergines looking good, but still no sign of any other fruit apart from that one that was quite prompt. If you come around to the San Manzano, this variety still looks good. Doesn't look like there's any trouble at the moment like I had with the other two, although actually, oh, I've just pulled that off, but that looks like blossom end rot, which was not what the other ones had, I don't think. Anyway, they look okay at the moment, keeping my eye on them. Look, I spoke too soon. They look like they're ripening up now. So hopefully by the time I come back from Jersey, that's where we're going for our holiday, I'll have some Gardener's Delight red tomatoes. Yum, yum, yum. I haven't got anything growing in the cold frame at the moment. I haven't got my timings quite right this year, but I'm sure when those other seedlings grow a bit more, then they'll go in there to grow on for a bit. We are around the front by the mini greenhouse now, and the cucumber plant that's in here is beginning to produce some cucumbers. It's been a long time coming, but there's a couple on there now, so that's great. I've planted another cucumber plant down there. I need to take those leaves off. I'll do that in a bit. There's another cucumber plant down there, so hopefully that will grow on. And then the melons are going a bit bonkers at the moment. This is great to see though, because I don't always have much luck with melons, and well, I've had hardly any luck with melons, to be honest. So it's nice to see that there are some melons coming on, and can't really see very well at the moment, but there's also a watermelon there, and then the rest are cantaloupe melons, I think. And then at the top here are my onions, which are drying, and then on the other side I've got some shallots, which are well dry, and I could sort them out if I had time, but I haven't got much. I'm just taking them as and when I need them, but they've been all right up there for the time being anyway. And finally we're at the other cold frame that I've made, and normally I leave this all shut at the moment, just to try and encourage these peppers to ripen, but there's not that many actually peppers on here at the moment. I can see lots of fresh growth, but not many actual peppers, so hopefully they'll come soon. And the chilies, on the other hand, are doing well. I've just harvested 2 yellow chilies, and I've just noticed that the red chili are beginning to get going as well. So they should ripen up fairly soonish. So at least something is going right anyway. But yeah, the chili seem to like it in this cold frame. I'm not quite so sure if the peppers like it that much though. But like I said, there is some fresh leaf growth on these peppers, so you can see down there they're branching out, so maybe they're just putting a lot of growth on at the moment, which will produce a lot more peppers. Don't seem to be any aphids on here either, which is good, although something has eaten it there. So I just keep, yeah, like I said, I just keep the lid down and the door closed quite a lot at the moment, just to try and keep as much warmth in there as I can. Here is today's harvest. So we've got a punnet of blackberries, some sugar snap peas, not like a gazillion, but I'll put them in the freezer, hopefully they'll freeze okay. 2 cucumbers, which I'll take with us, strawberries and raspberries, and then look at this, my first real proper cauliflower. I can't believe it. It's actually, I've done it every year. It's I know I had a cauliflower in the last one, but it didn't look great, but this one looks like you'd have bought it from the supermarket, so I'm very pleased with that. I'm gonna have to chop it up and freeze it, I think will be the best thing. And I got some beans, mixed French beans, and there's the tomato I was telling you, the Yellow Delight tomato. So that will make a big salad, that, won't it? And there's the 2 chilies that I've left a bit long on the plant. There's some courgettes. I took all the courgettes I could see off the courgette plant and just left really tiny ones on there, so hopefully we won't come back to like monstrous ones. And then 2 runner beans. Those are the first runner beans of this season. So yeah, very pleased with that. I was just looking at the sky and it's looking a bit grey up there, but it's actually quite a nice day. We've had such hot weather for the last few days that it is lovely to be able to work outside in the middle of the day and just wander around and collect the harvest I've just done. So that's all great, and I always forget to put lettuce in our harvest basket, because I just come and get it as like a cut and come again whenever we need the lettuce. So I never really collect the lettuce with the rest of the crops. Yeah, because I just pick it as and when we need it. In case any of you were wondering why I never have any lettuce in my harvest, apart from the last harvest I did, where I did have a lettuce, but that's because it had bulbed up, so I needed taking. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed looking around the greenhouses and seeing what's occurring, and hopefully I will get around to sorting out those melons, as I think they've got a bit unwieldy, and I just need to tie them in and maybe do some side shooting and maybe do some fertilizing with them, where I take the male and pollinate the female with it. So maybe I'll do that when I come back, or maybe I'll get around to doing it today, but I doubt it. Anyway, I'm not going to get anything done waffling on, am I? So I'll say goodbye, and all I can say about my greenhouse tour is lovely job.